angel. Come on, darling. Let's exchange the experience.
If there's something strange in your neighborhood, who you gonna call? Ghostbusters! If there's something weird and it don't look good, who you gonna call? Ghostbusters! I ain't afraid of no ghosts. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. If you're seeing things running through your head, who can you call? Ghostbusters! An invisible man sleeping in your bed. Oh, who you gonna call? I ain't afraid of no ghosts. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters! If you're all alone, pick up the phone and call. Ghostbusters! I ain't afraid of no ghosts. Ooh, I hear he likes the girls. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. Who you gonna call? If you've had a dose of a freaky ghost, baby, you better call. Let me tell you something. Mustn't make me feel good. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. Don't get caught alone, oh no. When it comes to your door, unless you just want some more, I think you better call Ghostbusters. Oh! Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters. I think you better call Ghostbusters. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters. I can't hear you. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters.
and gentlemen, 2 nights in a row. I mean, I'm just on a hot streak. As you know, this is my big-ass water bottle. I'm Cino. No, I'm not smoking. That is incense. I hope you guys are having a great day. I know I am. Again, we're going to have me as the solo caster for the day just because we're getting things in motion. I promise you, come next cast, we should have a co-caster and a producer. But for now, you're stuck with me, my annoying voice, and in-game. So far, we had one great game yesterday, and today we have an even better one. So far, we have Akatski versus Wrath, or Pitts Wrath, whatever you want to call them. And on the venue, they'll be facing off today. There's a lot that they can go to, and I kind of want to hint at it, but I feel like we are behind schedule, so we should get straight into it. BO1 as always, which means we will directly go straight to Chalet, with the attacking and defensive side being left up randomly to chance on the dependence of the order. So, Chalet is on the board, and let's see how either side are going to play it out. It's one of those where you need to be able to play as a unit, because the second you allow the other team to build up that progress right out the gate, it's a BO1. There's no bringing it back, and I feel like either side knows this. There is no second chances, especially in a BO1, and that's exactly what has definitely been reiterated. We've obviously seen some familiar faces on either side here. I'm kind of waiting for the time to build up to be able to bring back some of that nostalgia. I mean, some players that we saw in the OG console scene back last year, and even the year before that, I mean, these are some of the OGs. Scarfs previously playing on Vertigo, and there was a team that had an AI-generated logo. It was an absolute horrifying scene to look at, and I didn't even catch it during that moment. But Vertigo, that was a great time in life, and I'm happy to see the kid back. And obviously, when you see Scarf, you usually expect to see the main man himself, Avira, but he's not here. His Wi-Fi has decidedly gone against him, so we're going to see Defrags, Kex line up alongside with Crocodilo and EPJ. The attackers, a little bit newer to my knowledge. I'm really struggling today. Akatski is showing some obvious former players of other teams. You have LST, you have Clouder, but Hypnos, Lufiana, and Discretion is going to be a newer area for me to be able to cast, spectate, and look at their plays out here. But I feel like the main idea is to just make sure you guys don't lose key areas of the map on the attack early on. You guys got to be mindful of the clock. You have to be able to play 1-2, which is get rid of utility, to find the picks where you can, and punish any attackers that get carried away with their aggression. Now, only 40 seconds into the round, and they will be in the building. And they will take a lot of control from Library. I mean, a verticality takes the sights on the second floor. You rarely see these walls reinforced in Kitchen, just because, I mean, it's easy access onto taking care of Gana, but maybe it's for that K-trick from below. Castled off, Library double. It's a little bit of an interesting play. Recharges go off. Cade looking for that flank. That TCSG does have an ACOG on it, but not before the pre-aim. Takes care of first blood. That's first. They'll take care of the verticality as well. It's massive in terms of having that C4, but they'll just continue to build up that pressure. Cade wasn't enough. It's 1, 2, 3. Make it the fourth. Way has full control of the beat. Jassy, it's a flawless round. More than 90 seconds left on the clock, and they'll take care of the business needed. And that is the first round in the favor of the attackers. Akatski, beautiful first impression, and let's see if they can build off of it. Beautiful. I mean, we can credit the attacker's aggression, but we can also fault the defensive hold. It's castled off the double of the hallway, the double of the site, and you have verticality fully reinforced off. It just doesn't make sense. It's electrified. Yes, I get the idea, but still, we're denying ourselves from easy denial on anybody that walks up these main stairs. So, I mean, lots to be fixed up here, but an absolute horrifying round for Pit Wrath. Lots to fix up here. I mean, a flawless is just not the way you want to go about starting, but let's see if they can manage to bring it back. There's always that second, third, and fourth round to be able to get yourself on the board and establish the lead. Now, Castle will be brought again. I'm concerned to see how they'll play him out. Looks like they'll be going for the exact same play, and hopefully they'll be able to utilize the way he's played. It's not really looking great. But again, you're going to see identical lineups for either side here with the obvious trade from Kaid to Tabaro in the hands of Kex. You're going to see that flank watch operator. You're going to have that gridlock, but you have to be able to account for the fact that they may be able to get shot and they can just walk right past it. But speaking of getting right past things, Kex overlooks half of the drones, gets an easy kill and takes care of Hypnos. Now, I'm not reading the second part of his. Screw it. 6-7. I mean, he'll get first picked off as the IQ. It's a big problem considering that verticality aspect does help get that breach. You guys don't have Thatcher, but you do have the 2-pocket EMPs. They're not as useful, but they can maybe do the job if Bandit isn't near the walls, and I feel like that's going to be his key job, and that's why they have it castled off, so he can just trick freely. Now, Cloud is going to approach the breach considering he has the EMPs, but he's going to have to worry about Crocodilo if they do open up the barricades. Kex, very, 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 very far off of the site, approaching the basement area, which means the Zoto canisters will not be utilized for a good amount of time. Now, the track stingers we were talking about, if you hear them getting shot and the attackers aren't paying attention, it's an easy flank for any defender, but still, it's a problem when you take 15 damage. It's going to be an issue. Now, Depression really trying to relieve that pressure from the defenders overall hall by trying to discourage any form of library flank. While you've temporarily done that, you still have to worry about getting the breach open. You just have a minute 15 left on the clock. The tricks aren't going well. You only have 1 EMP left, and the Bandit's still going strong with 2 in his pocket and 2 deployed down. Verticality finally being established to try to get those electric wires off, but still there's a lurking operator downstairs that finally gets shut up by Way here, but still the breach is yet to be opened. Now, EP taking heavy damage from the verticality aspect, and still, after a lot of back and forth, the breach finally gets opened. Late Zoto canister hits his own teammate, but still 45 seconds left on the clock and only 1 body left for each team that goes down. Down for EP, but still lives to see another day. Has that second chance. The C4 shot out the sky. Just half a minute left on the clock. Lots for these guys to do. You guys have to be able to coordinate this execute if you want to be able to get that diffuser down and make these defenders panic. Now, LST, beautiful entry, will manage to get his second, looking for the third, looks past that front desk, and that'll be Scarfs to punish him for it. Parked out in a perfect corner, doesn't have his C4. You're gonna have to rely purely on the gun, but Cloud's gonna run and punish. You didn't have a C4, you didn't have your crosshair aimed down, and he will make you pay that price. Kex on site, trying to help out, but will trade with discretion, meaning EP is going to have to deal with this direct. Takes 15 damage off, trying to flank, no C4 in hand, and just that verticality aspect. Nothing to do but isolate the gunfights temporarily. It was a 2v1 instead of a 3v1, but it doesn't matter. All of the angles are locked down, the intel is there, and the pings go out. That's the second round, and that is the 2-round advantage for the attackers. Interesting first 2 rounds here. I mean, they doubled down on the defensive. It didn't work the first time. They got flawless. The second they didn't get flawless, but it still just didn't work out. IQ fell first, which yes, works out in the favor of the defenders, but still having the castles locked out there means whoever is playing on breach there cannot deny anybody that walks up to that breach unknowingly, and that's exactly what we saw. I mean, yes, you're denying the man who's bandit tricking the safety, but you're also working in the favor of the attackers. Problems, problems, problems. But it looks like they're going to completely step away from the upstairs on the uppermost floor site for a while they'll try to take on Greater Pastures, who will be in the basement, and hopefully the extension of the trench will keep these players at bay from Small Car Garage and everybody else in the area. But while these guys get set up, thank you guys so much for the follows. I mean, we're on a very hefty delay here because I like to run it with a certain standard, but hopefully this has been something you guys have been enjoying. And with that being said, sit back, relax, because it only goes up from here. There we go. That was the sentence I was looking for. Now, despite your team being down 2-0, Kex, we were talking a little bit in the pregame, and he said he hasn't been playing consistently like he used to for a while, so we could credit that to unwarranted amounts of aggression and easy swings that result in his death, but still, spawn peeking 40 seconds into the round as the sole roamer is maybe an issue. But the other issue, you have a player already knocking on the door of sight with that trench extension. Warden's going to be there, but if you discourage him from rotating back, if you pop that gas pipe, he's going to sit here. He's going to try to rotate out, and it's going to be an issue if you manage to take care of him. Now, that's siege timing. Crocodile takes care of LST in the meantime, and the Warden will take care of Hypnos, but it's an absolute bloodbath in Trench, as now it bursts into action from Trench, from Solar, as both sides look to frantically get a refrag, whether it's to help them or not. 2 bodies only drop for Akatsuki, though, and Crocodilo loses most of his health. Vigil, you continue to go ringing around the rosy, and you will be the one to walk out of it alive. Kex looking for that double, but Discretion is going to be the one that can't give a successful comm to be able to give his teammates the info needed. That pre-fire from Grim almost landed. It was almost there. But now, you're going to have Kex continuously getting aggressive here, trying to get his team ahead by forcing these attackers to either make the mistakes of swinging into his crosshair or just running out the clock, because the more time they have their focus fixated on this lone roamer, they cannot approach the site. No breaches open, and you still have so much more to do while having to be careful because you are not on 100 HP. Fundamentals of attacking is just to clear, and that's exactly what Cloud's going to do, not making the mistake of arrogantly swinging in, and he'll try to take Carr all by himself. Now, the positive is he has the air jabs in his hands, but still in this area, there's so many different things you can swing off, whether it's the site door, the stairs, or the trench rotate. That'll cover up all 3 of your air jabs. But Cloud slowly lurks up through. Kex takes care of him while he's fixated on that exterior window of Trophy. Looks to find that second, but it's a one-tap from Scarf to take care of him. And EP takes care of business. A trade, but it's just a DBNO. It's not good enough. And finally, we're going to see Pit Rats get themselves on the board. You don't want to sacrifice rounds on defense, especially on a map like Chalet. There's so many things you can do, but that is just not one of them. Now, the bans here are critical. We're seeing lots of Warden play for basement, so that could be a target ban, or he'll take care of one of the denials, or a hard breacher. I mean, so many different trends, so many different metas. But the perfect thing about having the metas reworked at the end of every season, or the beginning, or the midway of every season, is you'll either see scopes reworked, as we just saw with the 2.5, or operators losing certain abilities, like Denari getting nerfed, and that just continues to force people to get creative with their rosters. And what I'm seeing right now is people getting creative with their rosters. Those castles upstairs aren't something I'm used to seeing, and I think it is actually contributing to the uniqueness of either side. Now, they're going to pursue for the 3rd time in 4 rounds the 2nd floor. I mean, guys, bar and kitchen are completely viable options. On the contrary, they are literally the most preferred sites on this map. Please don't drive me up the wall. You guys are going to take it up to the same area. Hopefully, we're not going to lock ourselves into site, considering you don't have Kaid. Now, it looks like they'll take a little bit of a different approach, trying to keep Library held down and not the doubles this time. Now, they're pushing it out a little bit, meaning they have access into Library Hall. Ivy and Blue Stairs all at once with the connection angle all the way down to the K9 double window. It works out, but if they can't play verticality correctly, and if they can't find these drones, then they are in for a problem, as we see how coordinated Akatski is. They take their time to pinch out each and every player, whether he's lurking or camping out in a corner. They have the intel, they have everything needed, and they will punish you regardless. I'm liking what we're seeing so far. It's better than the previous previous setups as they get to take their sweet time in resetting. You have the pressure externally being established from the Ash on the windows, and you have verticality being taken care of. So say goodbye to any aggressive solar play. More external pressure from the person sitting parked out on the windows, but still the easy pressure. You get one kill, but you guys completely let your guard down, allowing Hypnos to walk up. Easy refrag. Scarfs gets one with the C4, the second with the shotgun, temporarily blind, but he'll take half the damage off of Gridlock, continues to do his job. That's the Scarfs I remember, as he completely dismantles this attack by himself. Solar pressure, no more. The last man is just Habana repelled outside, and it's Scarf looking for the ace. Scarf, can you give us our second ace in 2 days? Surely not. Lofian, I feel like the last thing you want to do is feed the mute who's just absolutely gone nuclear and murdered your whole team. You guys really tried to pinch him out, and all you guys got in result is half of defrag HP and the lives of everyone else taken away. Crocodilo taking damage, not enough to call him dead, but that headshot will be. The case is still left loose, meaning Lufiana, you're gonna have to go straight for the kills, bait out, or try to boost that KD, as still everybody's gonna continue swinging. To 1v4, we're on console. We're not at Pro League yet. Everybody's going to swing regardless. Now Scarfs wants his ace, getting aggressive off of trophy stairs, looking to really isolate Lufiana because he knows it's the ace. Saw the ace yesterday, just got motivated again. As the clock continuously runs down, we're just baiting, but I just want to see the ace from my boy. Hello? Where's he going? Maybe he hears something I don't. Lofiana, around the Rosie, the secondaries of Doom, the SMG-11, bearing 9, and he'll continuously bait out here, and it'll be Kex to steal the ace, but it's still relatively similar. You'll have the M5 shotgun take care of business for either side, but it's beautiful. Look at how much of a wreck Solar and Bathroom was, and still how Scarf managed to get 4 kills out of it. I mean, what do you expect, guys? So much pressure is being established, and you guys cannot do anything to save you except get picked off one by one. He turns his attention onto one man, looks on the other way, and just takes care of business. I mean, it is a problem when you allow one man to go nuclear, because he's now tied it up for his team, and you guys are the ones left looking like you're lost.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Now finally, the objective rotation parameter locks both the basement and the upstairs site, meaning we finally can go to the mid-floor. It's going to be kitchen on the board for us. I'm always excited to see how it's played, because there's 2 verticality aspects, one from below and one from above. Usually players will bunker down upstairs to make sure the opposite breach doesn't get opened, and Bathroom can be maintained until the last moments of the round before they actually make the exit. Doing this, you force them to go in head first with no utility, no intel used, just straight gunfire, and that is the beautiful aspect of this site. Castles on the board. You'll have the lone roamers as well, but something that concerns me is not the defensive roster, it's more of the attackers not having a dedicated verticality operator. Yes, Ash has the pocket breaches, but you guys have 6 on the board combined. That's not good enough. You guys don't have Ram Band. You also have Sledge, Buck. You have 3 soft breachers that are prolific for this site, and you still get to bring 6-1. Now, as you see, that bunker down strategy is going to come into effect. 3 bodies assigned to just denying any form of pressure from the opposite area. Scarf's almost trying to take that free fire, but still risky, especially in this meta. Sometimes those free fires give you away and actually lead to your death faster. Lofiana parked out here with the assistance of that air jab are going to just make sure there are no flanks possible. Logic bomb deployed, so now they know exactly who to aim for. Now the last thing they need to do is use the drone to start utilizing that intel. Deep timing may come up against Hypnos, but it doesn't matter. Scarves can handle himself. He'll get first blood. They're trying to approach in from bottom west main, but you guys haven't cleared the fundamentals. EP punishes LST, and now this is a problem. You guys have completely taken care of the integrity of your attack. You've gotten a refrag, but after what? It's only on the verticality aspect of things, and you have still lost 2 key players. Your spear entry is gone. The player who sniffs out the roamers is gone, but Cloud is giving the narrative of we're not going down easy. He'll get a refrag by taking care of Scarf later onto the round, leaving one person upstairs with the castle coming up to assist, and then resetting right back down through trophy. Finally, the vertical aspect is now completely controlled by the attackers, but still they have to play vertical, and they only have 2 pocket breaches from Nomad. They're going to have to get risky. Crocodilo taking heavy damage from above, but still has his Konas in effect to help out. But still, that verticality aspect is a problem. Come on, guys, you set it up! The deep angle. This pressure continues to just pressure these attackers. Look at the first, the second, the third, as he continues to keep his foot on the gas, looking for that quad. Lands his boots on the ground, but they completely almost tossed it. Oh, thank God for you, Cloud. What are we doing, guys? Almost a disaster, but the attackers managed to cinch it with that last body above. Could you have imagined what would have happened if he had dropped alongside with them? The last attacking round for Akatsuki, and this is just a question of, are they passionate enough? Are they hungry for it? Because, I mean, it just happened, but I mean, I'm itching to look at that one more time because, guys, what are we doing? Perfect from this pressure, but what happens here? We're double dropping with 20 seconds left and absolutely no intel on what is happening. Can we please use our communication next round to make that a little bit cleaner? But still, all that matters, they got the round. They're approaching that 4-2 split if they can cinch this last one. Basement, they struggled heavily. They got completely pinched out from every angle. They struggled with clearing Trench despite getting in the building in the first minute. So it's all about a matter of time and how they'll be able to play it, but I do see them bringing it home. All about that utility. Similar round to the previous basement, but this time the narrative is changed by one man by the name of Lofiana taking care of Kex. Now Scopos, I sing her praises all the time because you have a roamer that has a high risk, or actually a low risk, high reward as long as you don't get headshotted. You get 100% of your HP back, impacts in an AR if you can continuously roam successfully. But that's just not the case for Kex, and Wei continues to punish the team of Pit by taking care of Scarf. He's wedged into blue, and he's going to make that known. Dispression takes care of EP in the meantime, and now you have Crocodilo on the attacking side of things. You have to deny. You'll temporarily deny that plant. C4 will take care of the man who has the diffuser. Oh, can you do it? 2 rounds that have been really close for Pit Wrath. It's always that final nail in the coffin that they can't do. They'll down one of them. It's a 1v1. Can you manage to stick a res this early into the clutch? Crocodilo hears it, but too late. He knows it's too aggressive for him, so you sprinted in full speed. Oh, come on! You had the clutch in your hands, and you gave it up for a full sprint. Pre-fired in from the last week. And that's going to be the 4-2 split in Akatski's favor. Come on. 2 very close rounds here as Pit Wrath really try to fight back, but just cannot hit that nail on the head. Interesting first bans. I mean, the hard breach and the wall deny. Yes, common. But are we going to really avoid the shield ops is my big question.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Just have to get a voice reset going here. I think I'm getting sick. Goddamn fall season. Having Kex on the attack now, he's usually a prolific fragger on Ash. I really wonder what he can do here, because there's a lot being asked of him, and especially down the 4-2 split switching onto the attacking side. There's a lot for Pitras for them to do and to complete and to push for, but still, they have to show us that they're committed to it. We're seeing inklings of passion. We're seeing the mistakes they're forcing out from the opposing side here, but they're not giving us enough substance to be able to close that out. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that T-Bird shotgun round was straight fluke, because I don't think I've ever seen... Oh, wow. God, that's a round for the ages. Hypnos not finding much success this game, but still he's leading by 2, so it seems like he's doing his job correctly. No assists on the board and only a kill. It looks like he knows his role and what to do. External pressure seems to be the best option here for Akatski, because, I mean, you guys are parking it out here with no castle on the board. You cannot... Is he using an iron sight? Oh, no. Call the game. Call the game. No, call the game, call the series. I don't care. Give the opposing side 200 rounds right now. We're using an iron sight on Lucy. Maybe this is the Tekken she no longer... Oh, she never even had any gosh. She had it a while back. What is this? What is this? I don't even know. You know what? I give up. Looking like we're playing Battlefield 6. Cloud holds down Library very well, may I add. With only 75 seconds left, he continues to run up this clock. Pixel v Pixel as Buck VLST. No damage dealt, but still a lot to do. Because that external pressure is going to add on. Even if no one's playing on it, that phantom pressure will amount later on into the round. You're going to be a little bit paranoid, and that is going to be a problem. Now, attackers are moving very slowly, and that might work against them. I mean, yes, being passive is good, but still, one of you is in the building, and you guys suffer the first casualty. Crocodilo gets carried away, tries to get aggressive, and gets picked off first. Cloud looking to deny anything from Library, but you're just going to have Kex rotate in through the mezzanine with EP finding the expression. That's a refrag, but still so much left to do with just under a minute left. Lopiana catches the easy refrag, gets revenge, and now Scarf, the man who managed to find a near ace, is now going to have to pick up all of the pieces left on the floor. Defrag's getting his hands dirty. He also hasn't been able to find success, so it's just going to be a character building round for both sides here. Two players who haven't been able to find anything are going to need to prove themselves. Scarf's trying to take care of the verticality aspect. Half a minute and we didn't clear the roamers. This is a problem, guys. I mean, the attackers are looking very stressed. The defenders pinched out, taking all of the time they need. They got pressured from the external windows just for a bit, and now they're chilling. Cloud takes care of Kex. Deep Frags goes down to that SMG-11 from Hypnos, finished off by Cloud. And you just have Scarf left by his lonesome. Finished off by Cloud's triple is going to end out the round. I apologize for clowning the MP5 iron sight. He'll gun you guys down with that faster ADS as they will claim that 5-2 lead. Oh, come on. So many issues for either side, but it obviously goes in the favor of Akatski, or Akatsi, I apologize. I mean, they use iron sights, but they have the ideas, they have the sight setups, and Pitrat is getting punished for that round in and round out.
locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
One of the better sights here that I've seen on console. I mean, it differs between platforms. Usually on PC, I see the mid floors being prioritized, then the uppermost floor, and then, and only then, do we go to the basement. But it looks like it's been a favorite alongside, but hopefully it'll be able to play it out correctly, because I've yet to see a perfect execute on this site. The attackers, they struggled. They almost choked the 1v4. And the first time it was won by the defenders, it was just pure mayhem, and nobody even got close to touching the site. Oh my god! Stats 6-7. You know what? I said I wasn't going to say it, but say goodbye to your spear entry. I thought it was going to be calm and collected considering you guys are down by a 3-round deficit. But no, a quick burst from Hypnos takes care of business and will take care of the spear. Now, verticality, flank watch, all of the critical aspects are going to be present. The attack is just going to be dull. Spearhead of the attack is going to be dull because you've lost that Ash, but they're just going to really have to take their time. Can openers present. That'll be the verticality aspect being established for that Warden. Can you clear him before he seeks refuge within the site, though? Patience is a virtue. Warden cannot back out here unless he decides to contest it. They'll just walk in here. Scarf takes care of Cloud, but in the meantime, the pressure's starting to be built up here. Expression has the ability to completely dissect this attack by taking care of that man who sits in trench, but he will just throw out for the time being using those repairs. Hawaiian launchers being used. Grim still has plenty of them. Using them because he has a amount of them that you can really continue to spam, but he actually is parking it. He's using them on the sticky mode, putting them on essential angles, and taking his sweet old time to try to take out any of these defenders. Now, Depression is on a drone. He is protected by that jammer, but it doesn't mean anything because the distance will lock him out. Now, in the meantime, you got one refrag, but it'll be LST to find you right back. Defrag that is Depression and way on DEP. A DBNO for Scarf, but the Vulcan canister gets popped by your own teammate, and Defrags falls to way. My god, what is happening? Is this Siege or Call of Duty? Because every round we are seeing it's one man wide swinging and finding success. I mean, come on. It's match point, and we haven't seen a single round of perfect team play yet. That is concerning. A storyline that is yet to be solidified by any form of heroics or anything. I'm honestly just lost for words because we haven't seen a single round of team play, by the way. This has just been straight swing or be swung. And I'm not completely against that meta, but we're playing in a league. Come on. It's 6-2. And we're flying in the building in 20 seconds and losing first blood. That is an issue that needs to be addressed. But still, I've seen worse comebacks. I've seen 6-0 comebacks. So anything is possible. But the win condition is usually the sides on Chalet. And despite not having Thermite and Ace on a Chalet attack, being down 4 rounds just seems like an eternity to be able to bring back. Now, finally, I don't think Gameless has been banned at all. And we've yet to see him. But finally, we get to be graced by the man's presence. One of the better roamers, or one of the better roam clearers on this map. is going to be brought finally after both sides have neglected him. Scarf's getting first blood onto LST. Heroics last time to be shut out quite early. He found a triple last, and now he'll be shut out as the first man. A little bit of a hyperbole for you, but 5v4. And the defenders do have the downside of this round. 40 seconds in, you've lost a body, but seeing the aggression from Pit's Wrath, I wouldn't be surprised if they got refragged out quite fast. Because finally, they're showing us no reluctance. They're just walking on the gas, but that's not necessarily a good thing. You didn't drone out the players who get aggressive. C4 finishes off Scarfs. It's two utilized actions, so it's kind of a problem, but the teamwork between Cloud and Hypnos gives you the highest risk and the highest reward as they look to continue and establish and build up on their man count. Now Cloud goes down. Ram shoots through the F-Knot and gets into sight. This pressure off-site having to do with the man who just waits on the flank watch. Emmanuel flank watcher just parked out with an LMG waiting. But the site is on the first floor, meaning verticality is yet to be established. And Expression is going to have to be able to try and isolate each of these into a singular gunfight. When you are in a 1vx, realistically try to make it a 1v1v1 instead of a 1v3. Now, not having the verticality aspect, not having any special abilities, no C4 either, takes away from your ability to do so. But the fact is, you're full HP, you have F-Knots and Goo-Mines scattered around the site, and you can maybe make magic happen, considering the man who's planting is only guarded by the guy on 45. It's a temporary 2v1, but as that bomb does go down, we are right back up to a 1v3 full power for the attackers. So much to do here for this Expression. He has to be able to address this Ying first. Crocodile has really just been parking out every time he manages to get an angle, and that prone peek from those 45 feet holes really puts a pin in this clutch. I mean, you have to take into account the counter defuse time as well, and with all of those factors, it becomes almost impossible for this Expression to be able to bring it down, but that is not going to stop him from taking care of Crocodilo first. As the clock continues to run down, the two players who are prone will take care of him. It's only one walkway in, meaning it's only one way to go out. And finally, we see Pit's Wrath get themselves on the board and close out that deficit to 3. Last and final bans of this game. And these are going to be important. You cannot allow the meta to be abused here, and I feel like both teams know that. Each team has had their own individual clutch factor moments, but the win conditions haven't been on Flores or Azami. So let's go with the standard bans, the staples that do play in the favor of just getting rid of utility, but still a little bit questionable, considering we've been seeing a lack of shield ops. All of them are on the board. It's Chalet. It's a smaller map. You can use the shield ops, fly in, add that pressure, considering you guys have been struggling against first picks. I don't know. That's just me, though. So much left to do here from either side. I mean, 6 rounds on the board. That match point is sometimes the best thing that happens to a team and sometimes the worst, because you think that gives you the ability to just troll until the team makes a comeback and then you lock in when it's too late to fall in OT. So, for Akatski, all that's left is for them to put a pin in it, call it a day, and finish the round going out strong. And for Pit's Wrath, could call a timeout. I mean, it is a BO1, but still, you have the ability to call that timeout. You can just take your time and get this in the bag by playing each round like it's your last. Finally, some good droning. Hopefully, it is sufficient enough to take care of the roamers, because the aggression has been a little bit crazy recently, but it looks like it'll just be on the flip side. The attackers are going to get the aggressive side first, but Hypnos looking to replicate that last round, but is going to be quickly discouraged by those drones and their presence. Not how that works. Luffy trying to take
care of the can opener. So both of them will open succession, meaning the opposite wall will be breached. LSD falling first, starting to fall into shape here for Pit's Wrath. They're learning how to play. They're learning what they need to do to be able to catch Akatski or Akatsi on their back foot. I'm saying Akatski. Katsuki. Defrag looking to have that external pressure after Things Cloud. Loki trying to catch him off guard, but it doesn't work out. The run out, no bueno. Defrag is protected by his own Claymore. Gets that first, looking for that second. He has a general idea of where discretion is, but now that quick peek leads to his position being fully given up. Two bodies advantage now for Pit's Wrath as they look to continue to build off of it. Now the Jammer denies the Hawaiian launchers, but in the meantime, you're going to see Crocodilo trying to walk his way in through Piano, just handling anybody who walks into his crosshairs. The frag finishes off Jaeger. Look at the irony of that while Crocodilo looks to walk in, shut up by Discretion, but Kex onto Lofi and defrags! Discretion! External pressure finally works out for them. And the deficit's just being closed out round in and round out, and that is the Pit's Wrath, the OGs that I remember as they're showing us why they're here to play. They don't go down without a fight, and that is just 2 rounds away from overtime. I didn't even see that. 4, you absolute dawn for that raid. Hope the cast went all good, buddy.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Love that little raccoon. Now, you can see the state of panic already because I told you some teams are messing around or giving up rounds like easy. And that's when we see the presence completely taken care of. They had that overwhelming attacking presence, and that's what gave them that 4-2 split, but now we're in a similar situation. You get Pit's Wrath waking up, learning how to play with each other, learning how to be able to take care of each and every player in their aggressive tactic, and now, let's see how they'll do it. LST looking to catch Scarfs off guard, but it looks like he has the intel. So LST still not backing off, getting very, very aggressive. Osa has been brought in a wall bang to get first blood. That is now the 3rd round in a row where the attackers get the first, and this is starting to go all in favor of Pit's Wrath. Can they give us this comeback? They're applying that pressure. The external, a little bit of a lucky wallbang, but still having both of your talons up and ready to be used is perfect, especially with the way you guys are playing. Now Kex lurks, finds off bottom library, and looks to continue to punish. Now that pressure is being applied from blue stairs. You have Scarf all the way from deep. He's going to abuse the fact that he has the ACOG, and most of these defenders don't, by holding in that deep bathroom angle. Body continues to commit to Solar. You can tell what they're trying to shape up to do. A little bit of aggression onto Solar. Somebody needs to watch the cross. Discretion just gonna have an absolute frenzy waiting close here with this shotgun. It's a slug, and it does a good amount of damage. EP is now off of that big window. It's now the Nomad. Somebody to be able to find him, and it's discouraged. Hypnos gets a refrag, but buddy, the attackers already have it set in motion, but LST is going to discourage anything. No shotgun. Doc Wobbanks denies the plan. Hypnos covering from the Solar door as now that is the plant completely denied. You guys are going to have to get aggressive somewhere on this site. LST goes down low, but has 3 stims finished off. Unaware if there's somebody waiting on that big window. Hypnos
almost giving themselves that perfect win factor to shut out the man who's trying to plant. But now you need to get really aggressive. Both impacts will connect. You'll take care of Kex, but not before you deny the plant. Diffuser left loose in the midst of sight, forcing defrags into a 1v1 situation. The only thing that is in his favor is the fact that Hypnos has taken damage the previous gunfights, and he also has the utility to do so. 25 seconds. You're going to feel this timer amount to you, but previously from that dock, we saw those soft breaches being made to deny that plant. Nomad can use that against him. Not having any air jabs, and you can't deny that flank. It'll just be a game of a swift ring around the rosy here. No intel, no ability to do anything. You just need to be able to swing him and go for it. With the frags, you get the general location, and you'll manage to close it out in the final seconds. Seconds away from losing in regulation, and you've now cut it down to just one that stops you in between losing and taking you to OT.
Attackers need to locate.
It's shaping up to be better than I thought. This is 2 games, 2 nights in a row where we think it's gonna stop at 6-3, and it continues to go 1 round in between OT and regulation loss. Beautiful from either side. I mean, the first half of this game was dominated just by Akatski, and now you're going to see the real team, the real OG, the Unks, bring it back and fight for it. Lofi, I know you're 37, but still, you have Scars, you have defrags and Kex on the same team. It's like a retirement home party in this ship, and they are going to show us why they're here to play. Yes, I swore. Do I care? No, it's my channel. Hypnos looking for that run out. Hasn't been positive all game, but has been finding meaningful frags where it matters recently. Hasn't been able to find success. Still, lots to be done here for Pitsrat. They're still trailing by a round. Now, Ying finally being brought. I was going to talk about it. Since these loadout changes, a lot of players got that fully automatic MK as a secondary. That means you can use a lot of shotguns now, and using it is something that is beautiful. Having Warden definitely is going to be a win condition for denying this rush. And Kex losing half of his HP from that C4 contributes to that win condition. But you need to be able to keep this man alive, because if he gets impacted by the Candelas, it is an open season. And he... Oh my god, come on. I'm left lost for words. Not a single drone located that man. No pressure from small car garage, and that is exactly why you need the pressure in small car garage, because that's exactly what's going to happen. Now, Frag, used to discourage anybody who sits close, but he has already gotten his chunk of the pie. Now, trench control, we've seen this before. Attackers get trench control later into the round after suffering a casualty, and the breach is already closed. So what are you going to do now? You need to be able to establish the pressure. The drones need to be utilized correctly. You guys cannot get flanked. It is the key foundations of a successful attack, but it doesn't look like it's going to work out as of now until they get that refrag on the board. F-Not, first of the round, will be detonated. Ironic, it's on the IQ. You have a scanner, get to work by using it. Mew and Discretion both located out. One man accesses the site. One shotgun is stopping Carnage as Discretion sits close. Hits defrag the first, doesn't finish him off. EP drops the hatch. Crocodilo goes down. Discretion on the next. Way on EP. The plant continues to get denied because you cannot do it in your sane mind. Defrag steps up to the task. Scarfs watching that cross from Trench gets shut out, and this might be game as they finally close it out in the round before OT. 7-5 regulation, and that is game. What a game this has been.
Both sides fighting it to the very death. I told you a cutback was imminent, but still, the GOATs, the Origins, the ones who took the lead in the first place, are the guys to deliver the final blow and call the game theirs. What a game that is. And before you guys get weird, this is a mic cover. I don't know where I found it. I just found it somewhere on the floor. But wow. Wow, wow, wow. Both teams, it's a GG's to either side. They played it out to the very death, but eventually somebody needs to win. And it's Akatski to show us that they are the ones that want to take it. I kept butchering their name. I'm sorry. It's just been a long day. Bear with me. But as always, I have been your caster, the main man behind the scenes doing everything. As I said before, on our next cast, we're most likely going to have a co-caster with a full production set. We're just waiting to see how console casting is really going. But so far, for 2 days, I've been enjoying it. I'm enjoying being back. But wow. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to check out all the other socials. The VOD goes to YouTube and everything else regarding this league as well. If you just want to watch some Siege, everything from the last 2 years is posted on my YouTube. Drop a follow if you did enjoy. And with that being said, to all the OGs, I love you. To all the newcomers, I love you. GG's to both teams. Have a great night, and I'll see you guys when I see you guys.
If there's something strange in your neighborhood, who you gonna call? Ghostbusters. If there's something weird and it don't look good, who you gonna call? Ghostbusters. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. If you're seeing things running through your head, who can you call? Ghostbusters. An invisible man sleeping in your bed. Oh, who you gonna call? Ghostbusters. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters. If you're all alone, pick up the phone and call Ghostbusters. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. Ooh, I hear it likes the girls. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. Who you gonna call? If you've had a dose of a freaky ghost, baby, you better call Ghostbusters. Ow! Let me tell you something. Mustn't make me feel good.